morning, everybody. You are now listening to The Morning Buzz on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. I am your host, Lara Ziccardi, and we have a great show for you today. With me is JT Bethea. Hello,
Hi.
JT.
Hey, y'all.
It would be great if I put your mic, if I unmute your mic.
You had my mic off. How dare you?
I know,
Hello,
I'm just such an awful
listeners.
person. I'm just kidding.
How are we doing today?
With me, I have Kelly Marr. Hello, Kelly. Hi, Kelly's mom.
Oh my god.
The Zoom's unmuted.
Zoom.
The Zoom's unmuted.
Okay.
And we have our sportscaster, Alex Braun. Hello, Alex.
Woo!
Thank you guys for joining me this early in the morning. The sun is not up yet, but Kelly, you have a newscast for us. Is that right?
Actually we're gonna throw it to JT because he is our ADJ.
I have taken the power.
So he's doing
What?
the news.
Whoa.
I've been bamboozled. I've been.
He's been.
Yes, JT, please newscast.
Let's go. For national news, President Biden is working to reduce the cancer death rate by relaunching the White House's cancer moonshot. In 2015, he lost his son, Beau Biden, to brain cancer. Biden said, quote, "We can do this. I promise you we can do this. For all those we lost, for all those we miss. We can end cancer as we know it," end quote. In more news, a man was arrested and charged in the murder of missing Bridgeton man Jonathan Morris, according to New Jersey State Police. Miguel Perez has been charged with murder, desecration of human remains, and other related charges. And in MSU news, there will be a Zumba and a Piñata making event tonight in the Student Recreation Center. The Piñata will be from 7 to 9 p.m. and the Zumba will glow. The Zumba glow will be from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. And for the weather, today's forecast is rainy with a high of 44 and a low of 36. The humidity level is 98% and there is an AQI of 34. So the air quality is groovy, great, fantastic.
Hey, that's pretty good.
I think I need to make my own folder of sound effects. But thank you to Jared for
Petition it to the government.
Anyway, JT, that was a beautiful newscast. Thank you
Aw,
for
you're
your
so sweet.
service. Alex,
Yes.
sports?
Sports.
Sports.
Oh my God.
In football, it's finally official. Tom Brady has officially retired from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 7-time Super Bowl winner, 5-time Super Bowl MVP, most combined passing yards of 96,969. Hey, you might not like him, but in my eyes, he's one of the greatest players who ever played. And the game is all set and match. 2 weeks from now, we will see the Cincinnati Bengals play the LA Rams in what I am calling the Supreme Dish, the big game. You know what I'm talking about. You know who I think is going to win?
Who?
The Rams.
The Rams.
The LA
Nope.
Rams.
The LA Rams.
They're playing at home. I think they got the home advantage.
They got the home luck.
Yeah. In hockey, the Seattle Kraken beat the New York Islanders 3-0. Sorry, New Islanders. Sadly, Alexander Ovechkin was put on the COVID-19 watch and will not be able to attend the 2022 All-Star Week with Adam Fox, who is out with an upper body injury. In the NBA, it's a hard day to be a New Yorker. The New York Knicks sadly lost 120-108 against the Memphis Grizzlies. And last night, once again, the Nets also lost 112-101 against the Sacramento Kings, making this the Nets' 6th consecutive loss. But hopefully, they could break that streak when they face off the Utah Jazz tomorrow at 9 o'clock. And in Montclair sports, the Montclair Redhawks men's basketball team destroyed William Patterson 83-60. And that goes the same for the women's basketball team. When the women's basketball team beat William Patterson 54-52, making the women's basketball win 6 times in a row. Go Redhawks. Woo! And the Redhawks will be on the road in their next contest on Saturday, February 5th. Montclair men's and women's will travel to Rutgers, Camden for the women's game. Tip-off is at 1, and for the men's game, I lost my place. For the men's game, tip-off is at 3. I've been Alex, and this has been Sports.
You've been Alex.
The way the
so who are
fader
you
goes,
now?
the way the fader goes down, whenever you go sports.
Sports.
Jason Derulo.
Why do we have that sound effect?
Because we do, JT.
Just in the small chance Jason Derulo does show up.
So President Joe Biden has ordered U.S. troop deployments to reassure NATO allies amid the standoff with Russia over Ukraine. Pentagon Secretary John Kirby announced the arrival of several thousand U.S. troops, some already in Europe and some from the U.S., to NATO allies in Eastern Europe at a Pentagon briefing on Wednesday. The first major movement of U.S. forces in response to concerns Russia will invade Ukraine. Kirby said, quote, Biden has been clear that the United States will respond to the growing threat to Europe's security and stability. Our commitment to NATO Article Number 5 and collective defense remain ironclad. As a part of this commitment and to be prepared for a range of, that's a big word, I don't feel like saying because it's early in the morning, the United States will soon move to additional forces to Romania, Poland, and Germany. Asked about what would lead him to deploy the troops staging nearby, Biden said that depends on what Putin does or does not do, but he repeatedly said that American forces will not move into Ukraine. Biden also added, we have no intention of putting American forces or NATO forces in Ukraine. But we, as I said, there are going to be serious economic consequences if he, as in Putin, moves. End quote. Yeah, not really much to say about that, just because
Scary stuff.
that's just because this is a fact. This is happening. I got nothing else to say.
WWE3?
No, JT.
JT.
I thought you were reaching to dump me for a second. I was about to be like, what did I do now?
I almost did, but I'm like,
You what?
I was too instead. I need to stop playing all these sound effects for the first
Ladies
hour.
and gentlemen, we have the sound effect abuser walking meme right over
That
here.
was like 3 in 3 seconds.
I don't want to get off topic, but I do need to say that I did put in my bio on the website for the station. I put in referred to as a walking meme by her peers.
As you should.
Yeah.
Oh my
Anyway,
God.
back on topic because we are straying far from the topic. Do you guys have any thoughts about this?
I'm frightened.
Yeah, that's
I'm
a valid.
so scared
Mhm.
because, well, my family comes from like back when there was the USSR,
Mhm.
and basically, if he moves into Ukraine, not only is that going to cause like a worldwide conflict, like nothing we've seen for a really long time, but like it's putting us back like 20 years of progress.
Mhm.
So, and I'm scared because, FAFSA,
Yeah,
draft, so and so.
fair enough. That's a very valid reason to
I
be.
can't go to war.
JT, you are not going to war.
I can't.
This JT,
Well, at
this
least not
isn't
for the first year. But
Alex.
Oh my goodness.
I think this is a great time to probably move on. In Jersey, so Rutgers, and you know how we talked about Rutgers before.
Oh my God.
Also, will one of you lovely people let our interview in?
I'll
Also,
be
Alex,
back.
take my ID.
Thank you.
Welcome. Have fun.
Where's she in front?
She's
know if I can
outside
do
the communications building.
Okay.
Sorry for y'all to hear that. This is what goes on.
I'll be
You
back.
just got a little taste of what goes on behind the scenes. But now Rutgers agrees to pay $5 million in a lawsuit over pandemic virtual learning. So a lawsuit at Rutgers University settles a class action filed lawsuit by students forced to learn virtually during the pandemic. The parents of one student filed a lawsuit in May. They wanted tuition money returned. Their argument was that their daughter was forced to learn virtually during the pandemic, and that is not what they paid for. Cool. I can't do two things at once, so that's why I paused. They said they paid for in-person learning, full on campus, dorm living, a meal plan, and the college experience at Rutgers. Specifically, the lawsuit says Defiant Insisted offers plaintiff and the class members something far less, a limited online experience presented by Google or Zoom, ooh, variety, void of face-to-face faculty and peer interaction. Rutgers has agreed to pay $5 million to those who paid for the spring of 2020 semester. Sorry, Kenny, you transferred here to spring of 2020. No $63 for you. But the money will get paid out to 500 students. Rutgers says that each student will roughly get $63, which is the superior judge in Middlesex County is agreed to appropriate. A law firm that filed Rutgers' suit has filed a similar suit at Duke, Boston University, Vanderbilt, and USC, among others, that went remote to keep students from contracting COVID-19. Whew. Wow. Anyway, if any of y'all are listening, go to Rutgers. I guess 63 buckaroos. But I don't think Montclair has done anything like this, right?
No,
No.
they would never give us money back.
I mean, okay, I do have to say though, it is $63 for each student, but
$63.
every little bit counts. Kelly, thoughts? I feel like you have thoughts on this.
No, just the fact that it's $63. That's not a lot, but
$63 on a how much bill?
yeah. What was the original?
5
what were they-
million.
No, I mean, what were they paying? I'm wondering.
Probably. I'm looking up the tuition.
I mean, we pay like what, $16K a semester?
I'm looking up. Well, our general manager, Annabelle Poland, has also said that we were in person for spring of 2020 and fall of 2020. Fall of 2020. I don't know about you guys, but when I was a freshman, except for you, Alex, sorry, you weren't here. You were busy graduating high school.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes, I was.
you were graduating high
Definitely
school.
graduated.
Woo wee. Okay, but I went in person a few times. Literally.
Were we really?
You
You were in a couple of my classes. We had like that in person. I know you guys can't see, but I just air quoted that. Yeah, we were.
was that conscious class?
Yes.
Also,
yes.
I'd like to note that in-state tuition at Rutgers University is $11,619, and out-of-state is $27,560.
25,000.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's why I didn't go to a fancy New York preppy school.
Oh, and then Rutgers New Brunswick in-state is $15,000, and then out-of-state is $31,785. Those are a lot of numbers.
That's more than I thought.
Is it really?
Yes.
But yeah, it's like we had in person. They gave us that option probably to avoid situations like this.
Which I get.
But at the same time, we didn't have a lot of in person. I had one actual in-person class in both of my freshman semesters. One every other week. We met in the auditorium, and then my new student seminar. The very first class was just another tour of campus that we had already had about three times prior.
JT, did you have Narmoff?
No, I had Franklin.
You did have Franklin, I do remember. But yeah, I was in person for that for a little bit. That was okay, I guess.
Never had an online class.
Wow, Alex. Wow.
So true.
JT, you want to do the next story?
Oh my God. Yay. Thank you so much for thinking of me. You're so kind.
It's not like you're my co-host or anything.
Oh my God. I'm the co-host. I did not know. I thought I was.
Did you guys?
I thought I was your ward.
Did you guys know that?
Honestly, sometimes I'd be forgetting. No. Anyway, my favorite restaurant. Well, one of them.
Is it really?
Yeah, it used to be. I was a fat child, so obviously, a place like Golden Corral would be perfect for me. Massive brawl at Pennsylvania Golden Corral involving 40 people erupts over steak.
Wait.
Oh God!
Can I suggest you let that one marinate?
Keep on.
I don't know if I can take this anymore. A lack of steak at a Golden Corral buffet may be what led to dozens of people to swing on each other. More than 40 people have been throwing punches and chairs Friday evening. Police report. Golden Corral franchise JK Hospitality states that the safety of our guests and coworkers is always our top priority. Dylan Becker recalls the event like this. So there was two parties in line waiting for a steak. Somebody had cut in front of them and started being picky and finicky about the steak to take too long. And then somebody else spoke up. And then somebody said, I guess the other party didn't like. Then it just looks like it turned into an all-out brawl. That's what they said. End quote. Why over the steak? Now, if it was their yeast rolls, I could understand because I love their yeast rolls. Their yeast rolls are goated. Their ice cream is goated, even though it melts in like 5 minutes. They make banging pasta, but the steak from Golden Corral,
It's mid.
bruh, really?
Wait, JT. Would you suggest that they have to?
I suggest you let that one marinate.
Yes, their steak is mid. I don't know what they're doing. Everything about it is mid. I don't understand it. I don't know. I saw you lower my mic. I'm sorry, but I'm
It's okay.
very passionate about Golden Corral. I've always been a fat child. I've always been a buffet guy. I know people have their opinions on buffets and whatnot. They can shut up. I will say other things, but they're not SCSE appropriate about that. But long story short, I love Golden Corral, and I would be very upset if my dining experience was interrupted by an argue over very mid steak. The steak is not what we argue about at Golden Corral.
JT, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Is Golden Corral the place with like the cinnamon buns or like the biscuits?
That's Texas Roadhouse.
Oh, but doesn't Golden Corral have like a cinnamon thing or?
Sometimes they're more their yeast rolls are just to die
Oh,
for.
that's what you said before.
Yes.
I love bread.
I
I love
do
I love
bread.
bread.
I do. I love bread. Bread's
Bread's
my favorite food.
That's Oprah.
Sourdough's your favorite, right?
Oprah goes.
Sourdough
on,
and
bro.
rye are my favorite.
I don't like
I
sourdough.
seem to remember you saying
Okay.
that. at one
All right.
point.
Respectfully,
Okay.
it has an acquired taste.
Yeah.
Would you say it's quite sour?
It leaves a
I had no idea see that coming.
yeah, it leaves a sour taste in my mouth.
It's just.
You look
At least-
tired. You should go to bread.
Alex, no.
That's the yeast of my problem. I
No.
don't know anymore.
No more bread. That's enough for you.
I'll think of more. Hold on.
I'm trying to think too.
Let's not get this
Right.
bread.
Oh, that's one.
What's one?
He said, "Let's get this bread." Hold on.
Why am I
Let's-
here?
I actually like that one.
That's a good one.
I'll get up and
Not y'all
wheat.
Googling bread jokes.
Yeah,
I'll,
I
get
will.
up, I'll get up and wheat.
Yeah, we all woke up really early. It was the yeast that we could
I
do
guess-
for you guys.
That was good.
I guess you could say I'll roll on out of here. I have
What's
no
the most sophisticated kind of bread?
what?
The upper crust. That's good.
Guys are killing you.
If we keep on making bread puns, we'll all be toast.
I like toast.
Toast. Butter toast.
I was gonna say buttered toast.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
It's so
Buttered-
good.
Buttered rye toast.
That's it. There you go.
Yeah.
Whenever I go to the diner, I always get 2 eggs over easy with rye toast.
That's good.
Oh, it's so yummy.
You
That
guys
never
are so
gets stale.
horrible, bro.
It's so good.
I love how I'm pretending to have a whole breakdown over here. You guys feel concerned about your bread jokes. I am physically forcing myself to cry. You guys are just like, ooh, bread jokes.
JT, are you okay?
Oh, I'm fine.
It looks like
Are you
he's crumbling.
Alex.
I guess you could
I'm
say,
proud of myself this morning.
I guess you could say,
I think these jokes are getting stale.
It's you.
I'm gonna make this a YouTube short, by the way.
I think we're risking it for the
This
biscuit.
guy stinks.
Gotta risk it for the biscuit.
No.
Weed it and weep.
We're gonna be moving on. So the U.S. forest.
Kala. All right.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
I'm just kidding, Alex. That was very funny. Anyway, the U.S. Forest Service law enforcement is assisting local law enforcement in their efforts to identify individuals leaving ibuprofen-laced hot dogs along trails of the Potello. How do you say that? Pla-
Sorry, I'm still looking.
I
at
don't know.
the
I
points.
can't do. Alex is gonna get
Which
the
word?
Texas speech.
Which ibuprofen?
No,
Which word are you? What are you long? highlighting?
Pocatello.
What?
Pocatello? Is that how you say it?
Highlighted. And I was trying to say
Alex is helping me pronounce words.
Pocatello. I mean, I'm the dyslexic one, so like, let's see. Hold on.
I as a child, I had trouble. I never really read out loud, so it's catching up in my adult life. So
Hold on,
this is
what's
very
that?
fun.
Don't speak so I could.
It's in the California area.
Oh, I'm trying to use. Don't speak. Hold on.
I can't leave that air.
Pocatello.
Thank you, Alex.
You're welcome, Lara.
There was individuals leaving ibuprofen laced hot dogs along the Pocatello area. Did I say it right?
Yes.
Yay. The Bannock County Sheriff's Office is actively leading his investigation. Jay Youngblood, a Forest Service law enforcement officer, said, quote, please follow standard pet owner etiquette when I can't English today because you can tell it's the end of the show. But please follow standard pet laws, not rules, whatever, when on public trails. Keeping your pet on a leash and as close to you is the best way to ensure its safety. Multiple canines have consumed these drug-laced hot dogs. As little as 100 milligrams of ibuprofen can exceed toxic levels in a dog. Timely medical attention is key to survival if your pet has ingested ibuprofen. Officials say so far no pet deaths have been reported. Yeah, just supervise your animals, please.
I once had to take my dog to the emergency vet. It's the worst. So I don't get why people are leaving out ibuprofen laced hot dogs. Like to watch your
Yeah.
dog, like you think it's like really gonna say he ate like sugar-free gum, and that's like awful for dogs. So we had to like rush him at like 2 a.m. to the hospital. And I was very scared. And this was like 2-3 years ago.
Mhm.
It's not good. So whoever's doing this, please stop it. Dogs are great. They don't deserve us.
I agree. I feel like all animals, we don't deserve them.
Yeah.
I just watch out for. I just want to know why ibuprofen. Like, okay,
Why hot dogs?
Because dogs like hot dogs.
Wait, so they're leaving them specifically. We're
That
leaving
was-
them specifically for the dogs. I thought they were just getting their paws on something they shouldn't have. But like,
no, like they're just like leaving them. Just
To intentionally hurting these dogs. That's
I don't know if
messed
it's
up.
intentional, but they are. Well, it has to be.
It has to be like, why would you, out of all the things you go lace with ibuprofen, you choose hot dogs?
For dogs.
Yeah, for dogs. It's in the name. It's a rough story.
That. Dude, you're on fire today.
Yeah, Mom, I'm pretty hot. Dog.
I set that one up. I didn't. So I was kidding. Yes. Doggos, borks.
Dog, yes.
I think it's a great time to end the show.
Like
Because,
2 minutes.
huh?
Oh,
What?
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 we're gonna
Who?
let the dogs out
Horse?
now. It was a great
There you go.
time having you all.
We don't have a dog sound effect, but who let the dogs out?
Who? Who? You know they don't know who wrote that song.
Who wrote it?
The original, like the early 2000s one, is based off another song, and then that song's like based off a song from like the 80s, and then that song's based off like the 70s, and then it goes back to like the 1930s, and they just don't know who wrote like that song.
I
So,
can imagine someone jamming out to Who Let the Dogs Out while making ibuprofen laced hot dogs in the Great Depression.
Oh my
I'm just
God.
it's great for your headaches.
We have less.
that was Jill.
Jail.
You're done.
You're
You're
done.
done. Actually, we're done.
We're done.
You have been listening to the chaotic morning buzz on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. Thank you for joining me. I'm your host, Lara Ziccardi, joined with me by GT Bethea,
Let's
Kelly Moore,
go.
Alex Braun, and Ashley. How do you say your last name, Ashley?
Del Cueto.
Del Cueto. I can
Cueto.
English quite well. Anyway, I will not be here tomorrow. It will be Gabby Lutz and Madi Zuniga, our girl boss group of the Buzz. I hope you all had a great day. I will catch you guys next week, but make sure to catch us tomorrow too. Again, I won't be here.